So I've owned the PS5 for almost 1 year now, and did it disappoint me? No? So in this video, I'm gonna go over my review of the PlayStation 5, 1 year since its launch. I'm gonna talk about all the great stuff, and all of the not so great stuff, starting with the games. The PS5 had a rad starting lineup with the Demon's Souls remake, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Astro's Playroom. And for the people that are saying that the Demon's Souls remake was just a PS3 port brought over to the PS5, have clearly never played the PlayStation 3 version. The PS5 remake is on an insanely new level of graphic fidelity that's still pretty much unmatched 1 year later. Since launch, Sony have had some other huge hits with Returnal, Ratchet & Clank, Deathloop, and Kena Bridge of Spirits, not to mention all of the cross-platform games that released this year. There has been something for all types of gamers, which has been awesome so far. The big winners for me this year personally was the Demon's Souls remake and Returnal. I put a lot of hours into these amazing games. Next, let's talk about the controller. The DualSense is on another level. Some critics have called the features a gimmick, but you can tell that these people have never held or used a DualSense controller on the PS5. They're likely just going off some gameplay footage of Astro's Playroom and some of its more playful uses of the DualSense.
Listen, it's a good joke. It's a great joke even, but I need you to stop anyway.
When you compare this controller to the competition, it's not even close. Literally anything else that you're using feels outdated and archaic in comparison. All shape and feeling preferences aside, the adaptive triggers and haptic feedback add a new layer to the gaming experience. You feel the tension in your weapons and games. The haptic feedback creates a whole new level of immersion that you thought wasn't even possible in a home console.
I doubt you could even imagine it.
And when you switch to the competition or even the previous DualShock 4 controller, it's like going from watching a movie in an IMAX theater to stopping midway to watch the rest of the movie on your smartphone. It's that drastic. But the PS5 isn't perfect. I do have some criticisms of the PS5 that I think need to be addressed. The PS5 still has no 1440p support, which I think is an odd omission from Sony. Most games in performance mode are running between 1080 and 1440p at 60 frames per second, so I think this is the console's sweet spot. 4K games look stunning, but they do run at a lower 30 frames per second. And I think most people will opt for a smoother frame rate rather than higher fidelity. The experience you get while playing games at 60 frames per second versus 30 frames per second is massive, and you can totally tell the difference. And games still look amazing in performance mode. You just don't get some of the extra polish like ray tracing and 4K textures. So hopefully Sony listens to our feedback and brings native 1440p resolutions in a future firmware update. But again, a large majority of players are probably playing on a TV and not like a computer monitor.
Dorks.
Next, also, I don't like how you can't purchase games for friends via the PS Store. I know you could just get them a gift card, but it would be really cool if you could gift games easier. My last criticism is with transferring PS4 Save Data to its newer PS5 version. The whole process is a mess, and it's super different going from game to game. Just look at the process from transferring save data from Death Stranding to the new director's cut on PS5. This needs to be simplified and made consistent amongst all games. But I gotta say, Sony is doing an amazing job at listening to feedback. There have been a lot of software improvements with the PS5 that have resolved issues like storing PS5 games on external storage and overall performance improvements. Sony also enabled the internal M2 SSD bay so you can upgrade your storage with an approved SSD. And these SSDs go on sale all the time, which makes them so much more affordable for people who want to upgrade their storage at a later date. Also, the PS5 has compression techniques that makes game file sizes smaller than all of the other platforms. This means you could fit more games on a smaller amount of storage.
Wow, that looks like a fruit roll-up.
Oh, wait, how the fuck did you do that, you fucking wizard bitch?
I personally have all of my previous PS4 library and my new PS5 games, and I still have available storage for new games. Most people probably won't need to upgrade their storage. And download and install speeds are super fast on the SSD. So if you have good internet, you can always just re-download and install the game at a later time. Sony did something massive back in September. They listened to user feedback about the convoluted mess that was upgrading your PS4 games to the newest PS5 version of that game. Now, any PS4 game can be upgraded to its PS5 version for only $10. So people who are still playing on PS4 have a way better upgrade path to whenever they eventually do upgrade to a PS5. So after 1 year, yeah, I'm pumped on my PS5 purchase, and I cannot wait to experience the new games that are coming out in 2022 and beyond. So if you have a PS5 and want to take advantage of some insane features, then you need to follow these 5 things that PS5 owners need to do right now.